Irish with some possession. Declan Danaher takes the ball at first receiver, driving forward, and his tackles stops in his tracks on the Toulouse 10-metre line. Hodgson at scrum half, digging the ball out. It's there for him. He's just waiting patiently for it to make the pass. Hudson rumbles forward and goes to the forwards. They keep it in the tight, and McCullum rumbles up himself, sets up quicker ball this time. Back to Barry Everett, and Everett launches a Gary Owen, and it looks a pretty good hanging kick. Mike Catt's chasing it, but it's going to be taken. In fact, it's dropped and knocked forward, surely, referee, but the referee allows it to go forward, so Toulouse clear the ball through Vincent Clerc, and it's a decent clearance. Back there, Phil Murphy, just inside his own half, feeds Dylan Armitage alongside him. Armitage decides to run. He's going across the pitch towards this right-hand touch line before he goes to ground and sets up the ruck. Slow ball this time for Irish, so they go to Catt. Catt, the long missed pass all the way up to Tanguy Thakabau with a bit of space, and off goes Tanguy Thakabau, showing his good turn of pace up toward the 22. Bounces through the first tackle, a great individual run before he's eventually stopped to get quick ball here. There could be numbers right. Hodgson finds Catt outside him, pass to Everett. Everett looks up, and there are numbers here for Irish. They can move it. It's taken forward by Kieran Roach, takes the tackle, feeds on, and it's a try for London Irish. It's a great offload, and it's Dylan Armitage who goes under the post, and with just a couple of minutes gone in this game, London Irish have a shock early lead through Dylan Armitage, a very well taken try, and it's London Irish 5, Toulouse 0.
Wonderful try, just exactly the start we needed. Moved the ball beautifully right across the pitch. Paul Hodgson cleared it off the back of the ruck and found Mike Catt, and from Catt moved the ball back to Kieran Roach. Roach made the decisive break, and who did he have coming up on his right shoulder but Dylan Armitage, who finished it off beautifully, just touching down to the right of the post as we look.
Well, I don't think anyone expected that. We said they had to weather the storm, Paddy, but the start just can't get any better than this. Conversion now as well for Barry Everett in front of the posts. He's 2 points surely forthcoming, and the Toulouse crowd, I'm sure you can hear at home, already trying to raise the morale of their team with their drummers at either end, and the straightforward chant of allez, allez, allez. I think we can all work out what that one means, but Everett's just taking his time over this. It is right in front of the post, but what a start for London Irish. Dylan Armitage going through, and it was a terrific bit of work, firstly by Tanguy Thakabau to set up the initial break, but Everett's it is now, and will we get silence here? No, we won't. Everett strikes it right-footed, and through it goes, and Irish extend their lead to 7. It's Toulouse 0, London Irish 7. Towards 22, and the referee has blown for something. Penalty to London Irish for an offside. I confess I didn't see what that was for, Paddy. Was it a knock-on taken by a man in front of him, perhaps?
No, he's pointing. It's an offside penalty. He's given it. I can only think that as they took the catch, one of the Toulouse players obviously got himself on the wrong side of the ball, as they say. Yeah,
he was very quick to spot Nigel Owens, but it's a penalty to Irish just on the 22, and just off to the left, but fairly central, and Barry Everett being a right-footed kicker, well, it's very much in his slot. The Mexican wave rears its ugly head for the first time this afternoon, but it's a pretty half-hearted, lacklustre effort from the Toulouse crowd. They're not really interested in that. Booing, in fact, the people for starting it, I think, but there's rugby going on, and that's what they're interested in here. Barry Everett with the penalty, taking a long time over this again, as again the Mexican wave this time is succeeding a little better. So at least I can commentate on the Mexican wave while nothing's happening. Barry Everett now with the penalty, staring up at the posts with Nigel Owens standing in a paternal way alongside him. But Everett staring down at the ball, up at the post, won't be put off by the noise of the Mexican wave and the stamping and the chanting and the cheering. And Everett strikes straight through the middle it goes, and well, a gift of 3 points there for London Irish, but
an important 3 points too,
yeah,
coming as it does in 27 minutes of the game, and it'll just steady Irish's nerves a little bit, I think, Graham.
Yeah, they just looked a little shell-shocked, didn't they? I was saying before kick-off how we must always remember it's a young team that's learning the game, and well, they're going to learn an awful lot this afternoon between the two of them. As Russell goes to the middle of the line, and Hudson again takes it terrifically. Hudson's had a really good game for Irish this afternoon in that line out. And here comes the maul. Robbie Russell with the ball tucked under his arm, and Richie Rees just urging them on. And here forward they go. There's a good drive from Irish inside the 22, and Scouse gets involved with a bit of fisticuffs, but now they move it right to Hodgson at fly half, goes to Mapasur. Mapasur spins a long pass out, and the try must be on here for Armitage. Steps through the first tackle, couldn't quite have the support there, but keeps the ball alive. Topsy Ojo picks it up, drives forward. They're 5 metres short here, Irish, at the moment. Slower ball this time. Rees goes to Tonga Leotoa, and Leotoa is hit very, very hard, and I may have dropped the ball in the tackle as well. The crowd certainly spotted it. I don't think the referee did. Richie Rees goes to Hodgson. Hodgson up in the line is Richard Scouse. Richard Scouse offloads brilliantly. One more pass and the tries on. Robbie Russell can't quite get the pass away, and it's gone for the time being. But there's the penalty kick forthcoming for London Irish. It's slow ball. Richard Rees picks up. TAC on the crash ball. Well, he's barged back, but keeps the ball alive. And it's a try for London Irish. Over goes Kieran Roach. TAC did terrifically well. He was in the air, kept the ball alive. He was picked up by 3 Toulouse players, but whilst in the air, kept the ball alive, fed it on to Kieran Roach, and over goes Kieran Roach. And London Irish, perhaps just like they did against Llanelli, there's a glimmer of hope. It's Toulouse 27, London Irish 15.
Well, it will remind Toulouse, if nothing else, that we're still alive and not prepared to let this game go. Great counter-attack, one has to say, by Irish, and moving the ball first out to the right and then switching play back to the left, creating the pod where Hodgson again was in at the heart of things, moving the ball, but TC picked it up and passed the ball mid-air to Kieran Roach, whose strength carried him over the line for the try. And we're about to find out how good Dylan Armitage's kicking is coming on, because it is he who is going to have a go. It's fairly central. It's just off to the left, and he's taking it back to the 22. But Kieran Roach scoring his... he's scored a few for London Irish now. It's his 4th try in the second row stakes. He's up now with Bob Casey, and trailing some distance behind is poor old Nick Kennedy with a big fat naught. Anyway, here we go with Dylan Armitage. The crowd whistling and booing, trying to put him off. Armitage, been working hard on his kicking recently. And this to take Irish to within 10. Stares down at the ball, up he comes and strikes it right-footed, and it's a good one. Well done, Dylan Armitage, under some pressure, and he's made it. It's halfway through the second half. It's Toulouse 27, London Irish